robust urban garlic flavor.
I'm tired of just being told that everything I do is wrong, when here I am trying to do, a full day of coverage of a new game for you.
So here I was thinking that I was going to do another marathon video, but Phil has to do something interesting the first day he comes back. Now this always happens. When I think Phil's not going to do something interesting, he does something like that. Because I'm like, oh, it's a new game. It'd be funny if Mafia just imploded on the first stream, but that rarely ever happens. And then last night when I was looking, it's like, he's playing Mafia again? Why? He already did that with Mario Kart and Donkey Kong and it didn't work. Well, Phil didn't get the message because he had a very slow night stream. Yeah, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Slow narrative stuff, but now we're finally getting into more interesting Mafia-esque gameplay, so I think the game will actually pick up tonight on this late stream. I'm glad that I did a full day of it, because everyone had told me, yeah, the beginning of the game is actually really slow story-based, and if you only do one stream, that's all you're going to do. So it's going to be hard to really even know what the game is, so I'm glad we're doing it again. How am I feeling about the game so far? It's like I said, slow narrative start. Not that it was a bad start, but very slow narrative start. So I do like the story so far, and I'm curious where it's going to go. Gameplay elements, they just started. Like, the gameplay literally just started. So there's not much to really say yet. Got to get further into the game.
So during the day, the story carried the stream, but the interesting part about it is that most of the support came on the podcast. So gameplay-wise, he didn't get a ton of support. He didn't hit 2 goals. So he's playing it again on the night stream, and he's hoping that the gameplay will energize his supporters. But what if Phil's just staring at the screen and there's no commentary? What happens then?
Oh, yeah. So as of tomorrow, there'll be at least 4 videos of Mafia to watch, and each one's over an hour long. There'll be a lot of Mafia stuff to watch.
Yeah, Phil, do you ever feel like that's too much? Especially that it's not edited at all?
There is no meal I would eat forever. I'm the kind of person that I like moderation. If I eat so much of one thing, I don't like it anymore. I get tired of it.
Dude, you definitely do not like moderation for how long-winded you are, how many videos you post on YouTube a day. You oversaturate.
Where do I get my Hawaiian shirts? Stores, clothing stores. Are you guys gonna just sit here and LARP and ask me the same questions all night? Is it like the same 3 people with the sock accounts again? Anyone want to say something intelligent or like show a brain cell firing? I mean, literally I'm looking here, dunce thing about me wearing 2 shirts. Over here, oh look, here's something dumb about, it's like all memes. Like, dude, you do yourself a favor. Unplug from the morons of the internet and say something for yourself for once. Stop parroting other morons. You sound like a idiot. God, man, just say anything of intelligence. Unreal.
Yeah, well, these are the people you get when you're boring and you beg for money all the time. You either get people that are just going to be yes men to you, or you're getting LARPers. Enjoy. Try being entertaining for once and maybe you'll get entertaining people.
How do you protect your identity against trolls where you're already a sock account, so no worries there. I don't think anyone's going to associate you with someone real when you're already a sock account. Sidious, you have to understand that every single time that I'm on stream, there's a whole bunch of idiots on both sides. Usually there's way more on Kick than on YouTube. Tonight there were actually a few on YouTube I already took care of. But it's like, you got to understand this, like, they jump on the stream and they're immediately starting with their nonsense, just parroting what mouth-drooling idiots on the internet say about me with their dumb memes. Like, dude, I just want to talk and have a real human conversation with people, wondering how you guys are genuinely doing, wondering if you guys are playing this game or something else. I don't want to sit here and listen to this meme. They're so dumb. It's like 0 brain cell activity. So I don't want to waste my time with it, I really don't. I'll turn the stream off then if I have to deal with that. Oh, no, Sidious, I'm not taking offense at all. I was answering very matter-of-factly to you. Really, like just being honest. So think about that. You turn on your stream, and you're like, oh, I wonder who's on the stream today. And you're looking for people to talk to start conversation, and it's like stupid meme from some moron detractor, stupid meme from a restreamer, stupid meme from another dunce. It's like, can I just talk to a human? Can you not regurgitate dumb that someone else said? I just, and some of you are being real, and that's good.
It's tough for Phil because he's such a locale that he has to put up with everything that's going on in the Snortex, and he doesn't understand half of it. All he knows is that we're making fun of him, and he cannot take being the butt of the joke. Now, if he was able to do that, he would be a multimillionaire by now, and he wouldn't have to, sit here and panhandle all the time. He would be, off YouTube, living the good life.
The last 48 hours I've had were not very good. The marathon went good, but I drank too much, and at the end of the marathon, I was slammed, all right? I drank too much and got through it, But I woke up the next day with a horrible hangover. And then my wife and I ordered food from a breakfast place, and the food made my stick to my stomach. So all day here I am, hungover, sick to my stomach. And then I had a load of stuff to do yesterday on my day off. So it was really not that good. I got like 0 rest yesterday, 0, before I came back to stream today. I even said that I think next time I might want 2 days to recuperate from a marathon. Actually purposefully take 2 days off. So that way if I have one day after, I can at least have another day with my wife, you know, because it was not good. No, I purposefully do not do shots and stuff on regular streams. This is why. So then when I do the marathon, okay, it's something special. I'm not someone who wants to sit here drinking every single stream. That's insanely unhealthy. I only do it for marathons once a month. And then even if I'm going to drink, it'll be like for a truck sim stream. And I only have a couple light drinks, a couple like alcoholic seltzers or something like that. That's it. I only drink hard liquor during the crazy marathons.
Yeah, the recovering alcoholic must make a spectacle of his drinking. He's relapsed, it's so obvious. Like, Phil, we know what you spend your money on. The bank accounts leak that you spend a ton of money at Total Wine. You have a problem. And here's the odd thing. He wants to rest from his marathon because he drinks too much on them. Financially, he'd probably be in a better spot if he did not stream the day before and 2 days after, because when you do a long stream like that, people are less incentivized to donate around those streams because you already have this huge event where you're getting a ton of money regardless.
No, I don't pay any attention to that. So it's hilarious because basically, if someone tries to like go on TV like a wrestling show and get noticed with a sign that says, "Oh, DSP get a job" or whatever, I don't see it. I'm not watching wrestling, so I don't see it. They're literally doing it to get attention with my detractors. That's it. And they know that I have so many unhinged, crazy, obsessed detractors, they will get attention for doing it. I don't see it. It doesn't affect me in the least. It's only for them.
I mean, the thing is, Phil, you're talking about it too, so it did get into your ear. And this is like a recurring thing. Apparently the person who said DSP get a job on WWE recently did it again.
All right. So today, we actually had a great first stream. We had good attendance. We had excellent support. We actually hit and exceeded the support goal for the first stream. Tonight, let's get some support rolling. Let's keep that going. We're already at 5 out of 10 goals hit, as you can see. And we already talked about it this morning. It seems like people want DSP Tries It, Shake Shack's new hot dog menu. Let's get some support rolling tonight, please, everybody. Let's get some action going here. Who's going to be our first contributor of the night? Will it be someone on YouTube with a super chat? Will it be a tipper? Will it be someone over on Kick gifting a sub? Or will it be a member? Now, that would shock me if it was a member, but actually it was a member earlier today. It was actually a member was the first contributor on the first stream, so let's see what happens.
It's not a DSP pre-stream without him explaining in excruciating detail how you can tip him over and over and over again.
YouTube chat is like dead. What is going on YouTube? Why is no one talking?
It's because you don't have anything engaging to say to them, so they don't know what to say back.
Seriously, it's like super dead on YouTube for some reason tonight. I don't know why. The DSP Tries It replay for the marathon is not a full replay. It is in the marathon itself, which is archived on this channel, and you can watch. I did not actually break it out and record it as a DSP Tries It episode because it was inferior quality. I was too inebriated. I wasn't feeling well at the time. I was too tired to formally review the food. And then on top of that, the food wasn't even good. So it wasn't even worth a review. So I did eat the food. I did everything you would do for a DSP Tries It episode live, but I didn't actually edit it as such because I didn't think it was good enough to be considered in the series.
Yeah, he essentially is doubling down on his scam of not doing an actual DSP Tries It. Apparently that's what he did in his podcast on the same day, but I haven't looked into that yet. If he does, it'll be another video. But as I said in last video, this is what Phil does. He overhypes, overpromises, and he always underdelivers. And then when you call him out on it, he claims that you are the problem.
Okay, thank you, your future stepdad, first contributor of the night. Let's get some super chats from YouTube side, or maybe some gifted memberships from YouTube side, and let's get our first tip. Let's get that momentum rolling before we begin with more Mafia. All right, so guys, are we almost to any last second? If you have any questions or whatever before we start with the game, last chance if you want to toss in with a contribution and get momentum rolling. We got a good head start here thanks to your future stepdad. But it'd be great to get something else, you know, from somewhere else to get stuff going here.
Yeah, here's the problem with Phil dual streaming. He calls out every single contribution, so there's like 6 ways to give him money. And at some point, it's like, it just feels like it's too much. And it's not just him repeating it, it's just his leaderboard. It just constantly scrolls like you have to wait or speed it up to like 4 times speed now to see what his tips total is. People are gonna get confused, Phil. It's like maybe sometimes you should do Kick exclusive and YouTube exclusive instead of dual streaming. Maybe you get a wider audience on both platforms if you did that. So now we get into the midstream portion where Phil is surprised that he hasn't gotten any contributions. Shocker.
I do have one shout out to do. It was Roy. He did a $2 super chat. Guys, now here's the deal. We are over an hour into tonight's late stream. We have your future stepdad who an hour ago gifted 5 subs, and we have Roy Barnes with a $2 super chat, and that's it. For the entire hour and 20 minutes that I was playing the game, and the half an hour that I was hanging out with you guys beforehand. Please support the stream. Earlier stream did very well. Don't ask me why tonight no one is supporting the stream. I can tell you over on Kick, I don't even know what's going on. I was in the middle of that action sequence, and everyone started spamming stuff. I have no idea why. I'm not even involved in it. I'm sitting here playing the game. So, all right. Please support the stream. I'll be back in just a moment.
I like how Phil gets all sweaty and desperate when the tips just don't come flying in. This is becoming a reoccurring thing because a whale is going to look at this. It's like, I'm not going to give him $100+ for him to hit the goal tonight. Why even bother? That's just stupid. I'll hold my money until another day because I know this is a premiere day. He already hit 1 goal, so the game isn't going to be in danger of getting canned anyway. So he has nights like these where he's nowhere close to the goal because he set his goal too high.
Alright, well, here's the deal. We have 1 of 2 options. I've already played this game now for almost 4 hours today. I have a good amount to say about it. So we can either play it for another hour, or we could just chill for an hour. I'm okay if you just want to hang out for an hour and talk instead of play the game if you think you're bored of the game. Because this is what happened on launch day for Donkey Kong Bonanza, as I played it all day and people said by the end of the day they were bored. I'm not bored, like I'm enjoying it, but we're not getting any support and I'm wondering why. I'm having a good time with it. I wanted to do this mission right now where we take out the camp and everything, but is anyone going to support the stream tonight? I don't get it.
Yeah, DSP is having trouble coming to terms that he's boring and it's difficult for him to carry a game past 3 hours. So he has to do this business meeting where everybody's like, oh, we gave Phil all our money today, but we're not gonna double it because he's not playing something different. Enjoy, Phil.
I don't know what you're talking about on Kick. I was playing the game. I don't even know what you're speaking of, so stop yelling and screaming. I don't know. I was playing the game. I wasn't involved in anything you're talking about.
Kick chat is just very confusing for Phil. He doesn't understand the people there.
I agree. This is Mafia. I'm having a good time. Don't ask me why. We've got literally 2 people who contributed in almost 2 hours that I've been streaming. I turned on the stream at 6:45. Actually, I have been streaming for 2 hours right now. So I don't know what's going on.
Like, I think I have the gist about what's going on here. We have a premiere stream, so the premiere already hit the goal, so there's no pressure to hit it on the night stream. DSP's fans are just bored of him playing the same game. We transitioned from story to gameplay, which makes it even worse because there's no cutscenes, or the cutscenes are less, so the onus is more on Phil now. And because he didn't have the podcast to get tips, he's starting at a lower point than he did at the podcast, so it's just harder to reach for the goal. And people are like, we're so far away, why even bother giving him $5? I'll just save my $5 until tomorrow where we're closer.
Well, if you enjoyed the playthrough, why aren't you supporting it? Save us GTA 6. Right? You like it so much. Where are the people who are saying, wow, this is great, thanks for the marathon of gameplay today?
Maybe because people aren't an endless source of income for you, Phil. You treat them like ATMs, and you're surprised that they don't have hundreds of dollars of disposable income to give you each and every day. This is not how it works, Phil. If you want more money, you either got to be entertaining, stream longer, or get a bigger audience where there are more people that are able to give you money. This is the downside of relying on 5 whales to fund your lifestyle. If they're not there, you don't make make money.
All right, get rid of this idiot. Just making up stuff now. I don't think it's boring, Roy. I'm having a good time. Like I said, that was a good sequence. That felt just like Uncharted. It was kind of cool. It was a throwback because you don't have any more Uncharted games. It was good to have a sequence like that. But I'm not going to keep playing. People are just going to sit here complaining and then no one supporting at all. I'll just chill with you for an hour, seriously, and we can play more of this later in the week. If people are burned out because I played so much of it today, then we'll just do it later in the week, and I'm okay with that. But I want to do what's right and what people are going to care about and support. I don't want to be doing it and then get yelled at and say, oh, you really goofed. You played too much of this game and it's boring now. I'm just tired of it. Really, I am. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, we're having another midstream cope session as DSP fails to grasp that his gameplay is not entertaining. And you know what he meant when he said like and support. He basically just meant support. He doesn't care if you like the game or not. He doesn't care if you find what he does entertaining. He just wants your money. And that's the issue, Phil. When you're so focused in on the money, you lose sight on everything else. And it's everything else that gets you the money in the first place.
I'm tired of just being told that everything I do is wrong, when here I am trying to do, a full day of coverage of a new game for you.
Well, here's the reality, Phil. Anybody can cover, as you say, a game like you do. You have to make it special. You have to make it entertaining. You have to be unique. You're not doing any of those things. You're just sitting there glassy-eyed playing the game, not providing a meaningful experience for them. If you waste their time, they're not going to tip you, Phil.
Cotton Eye Joe did a $2 super chat. Thanks for the marathon today. Yes, all Mafia all day.
Yep, this is what I said on the marathon video. Every DSP gaming day is pretty much a marathon.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to end tonight at $29 of support for a brand new release that I just bought. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, look at me. I'm going to whine that I spent money on this game, guys.
So whatever it's going to take to bring more people to the stream who are going to engage in support, rather than people just sitting here whining and screaming on Kick about something that I'm not involved in because I was playing the game. I don't even know what talking about.
Yeah, DSP does not want interesting things going on in his chat. All he wants is for people to give him money and leave. This is what he cares about. This is the engagement he wants. Money, money, money. He doesn't care about any of those extra metrics that actually get you money in the long term. He's just thinking, what can I do now to make a quick buck?
No, we're about 4 hours into the game right now. Four hours. Yep.
Yeah, this is what happens. The game overstays its welcome because Phil is terrible at hyping up these games when he's actually playing it. They are not exciting streams.
How's the game? So far, it's good. I really like that last sequence. I thought it was fun.
Once again, we get the I like the game, so why aren't you giving me boatloads of money for it argument.
All right. So if you want me to continue, please support the stream. Don't sit there and complaining that, the stream is boring and everything I'm doing is wrong. I'm covering the new game, right? Which is what you want. So why are you complaining? Unless what you're telling me is that just don't do double stream days. Don't ever do the same game twice in one day. It's too much. If that's what you're telling me, then I'll stop doing it. But I thought doing this all day today would make sense because you want to get a good taste of what it is. In fact, we didn't even get to the gameplay until like the last 20 minutes of the first stream. Tonight has been all gameplay, which is great. It wasn't just narrative.
Yeah, here's the rule, Phil. Whatever you think makes sense, do the exact opposite, because the way your brain works does not coincide with what other people expect from you. You want it to go your way, but it doesn't always have to do that.
All right. Well, I'm going to resume that. We're going to play for about another 45, 50 minutes roughly. And please support the stream. Like I said, if I end this at $29 tonight, it's not even explainable. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Okay? All right.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to him because for years he has been hyping up games. Okay, I'm gonna get the most views and the most support on day one of a playthrough. Part 1. It makes sense, right? That's how YouTube always goes. By the time you get to part 30, attendance has fallen off. But on day 1, they always should be good regardless of the games. Well, Phil, when your audience is in decline and you're relying only on a handful of whales to support you, you're at the mercy of those whales showing up or not. And if they withhold, you're going to have a hard time hitting the goals, especially when you made your stream goals harder when you decided to incorporate super chats. because you should bring back the 50, 100, 150 tier goals, because it would make it easier than just a 150 entire stream stretch. But as you have it now, you either have days where you hit 150 to 200 or 0 to 50. You don't get anything in between. And if you want more of those in between, if you want to raise your floor, you're just going to have to understand that your ceiling may lower a little bit. But in the average, you'd probably be better off.
The weird part about it is some of the audience today really liked it, and others in the audience are like, oh, I can't believe that it's just story and story and story.
Phil, it's not odd at all for your fans to have mixed opinions about things. What do you expect, like a hive mind that just listens to whatever you say? Well, yeah, that's of course what you want.
Gotta get out of here. I stayed late to finish that mission, obviously.
Yeah, guys, pity me. I played video games for an extra half an hour, and I didn't receive any extra financial compensation for it.
I have no clue what happened tonight. I have no explanation for why we got support at the very beginning. And since then, literally 3 legit super chats, and then 2 trolls, and that's it. And we didn't even top 30-something bucks. I have no idea.
Well, the first contribution was probably Only As Coffee or Another Whale, and then everybody else was like, hey, we don't have to support Phil's playthrough of this because we already did. He's just giving us extra for free right now.
At this point, like, I'm not upset with the game. I think the game is good.
At least you realize that it's not the game's fault, but you don't take the next logical step and say, how can I do better?
I want to play it more later in the week, but I'll tell you this. I think this may be the final day that I just play a game all day like that. Because I think that may be a major factor of what it is.
And I would agree with you on that. If you're going to play it all day, then you shouldn't have a huge break and do 2 streams. You should just combine it into one. Because it's failed with Mario Kart World, it's failed with Donkey Kong, it's failed with Mafia. That tells you that your supporters are like, okay, we're only going to support one goal. Or people hang on and watch 2 streams to watch 2 different things. And that could just be their preferences or what you've drilled into their heads over the years because you do 2 different streams a day. And here's what I'm looking at. He made most of the money today on the podcast. He got 113 on the podcast. He ended his day stream at 172. That means he only got 59 from the gameplay. And he got an extra 34 on the night stream. So what does that tell you? Mafia is probably not a big ticket support game. Even though it's only 15 to 20 hours, it'll probably take Phil an extra 5 to 10. I don't think he's going to finish this playthrough unless the whales rally, because if he's not even remotely close to a goal on the second stream, there's big problems. And it's Phil.
Is if I play a game all day long like that, there's burnout. And then people don't want to stick around to watch that game all day long. And I think that's actually what happened here is we had people who were excited earlier, but they kind of left and didn't stick around. And I think that doing the variety of streams where it's always 2 different games in one day may be working better. The only exception would be a marathon, right? If I'm doing a Mega Man marathon or something, and I'm going to play this all day, that's, that makes sense.
Like, yeah, if you want to stretch a game out on its premiere, you should have made it a marathon. It should have been Friday's marathon, honestly. Just a thought, Phil. The idea of, like, you splitting streams is not going to work for you because you're not entertaining enough to sustain viewership for that long with low commentary gaming. You're just not. You thought it was going to be a big premiere day where you're going to get showered with tons of money, but not anymore. You may have hyped this up for over a month, but it floundered right in your face. And we're all here to see you cope over it.
But I don't think I'm going to be doing days like this. This is twice in a row. Once with Donkey Kong Bonanza and now with this, that it didn't work. That the day stream did good and the night stream tanked horribly. Okay? So I think I've learned my lesson. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Correct? So that's it.
Yeah, the lesson is Phil can't carry a game for more than 2.5 hours unless he has a marathon where his whales get super hyped for.
How things went today because support was weird. And I think I have come to a determination based on it, okay? First stream. Well, we got outstanding support during the podcast, and then we had more support during the game, so we hit the goal and exceeded it by a bit.
He got support on top of the podcast, but it didn't exceed what he got on the podcast. So that leads you to a very tricky thing where you're saying, hey, how much of this was because people like Mafia, or how much was because they just want to support me? And if you have a system where if the game doesn't hit the goal, it's the game's fault, then why are you crediting support that is not game specific to a particular game? It just muddies the water and it's not clear. So then you're just making arbitrary decisions of when to show games based on if you feel like it, and that's not fair to your fans.
The night stream, I have no idea what happened. Now, overall attendance wasn't great. We didn't even have 200 people on YouTube. I even think that kick attendance was down.
Yeah, because the stream didn't do well, Phil's gonna dig deep into every single metric and whine about every single little thing. Because it's Phil, the sky is falling. He didn't get enough tips.
Support. One person gifted 5 subs on Kick, and then over the course of the entire stream, 3 super chats. I'm not kidding when I say we made under $35 on tonight's entire 2.5 hours of gameplay of Mafia The Old Country.
And can you explain to me how you not getting enough money is my problem? I don't care if you get money or not, Phil. I care if you entertain. That's the issue. You're just thinking because you enjoy the game that you should be showered with money. No, you gotta be entertaining. It doesn't matter whether you like the game or not. You staring at the screen for 2 hours does not entitle you to $150.
But I want to tell you something. I don't think that's representative of the game. I think what's happening is when I'm playing entire days of a game now, people are getting tired after the first stream, want something else, and they don't come back.
Yeah, and you know what that means? It means you don't engage with your audience, and they're bored to tears, so they're not going to continue to watch you for long stretches.
So, moving forward, this just happened with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now it's happened with Mafia The Old Country. Unless I'm playing an insanely high-profile release, like a super hyped FromSoft game, or Grand Theft Auto 6 or something like that, I don't think I'm going to do a full day of gameplay anymore.
And even in that regard, you shouldn't do 2 separate streams. Because your fans will be like, oh, we already gave Phil money for this game, he's good. That's how they think, Phil, because that's how you've conditioned them to think. You want a certain amount each and every day, and you want a certain amount for each and every game. So you're confusing them by combining the games on a day. And as a result, you don't get enough money, or at least enough that you expect.
I think I'm just going to be doing one stream, something different on the late stream for variety, and then play it again. If it's a really hype game, play it maybe 2 days in a row, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, a self-proclaimed variety gaming streamer not understanding that his fans want to see him play a variety of games.
You know, I was disappointed because I was really liking the game.
And yeah, what happened is Phil wasn't entertaining, which isn't surprising to anybody who watches these videos, but when you're not entertaining, it's hard to get money for playing video games online, Phil.
By the way, I did not spend the entire late stream complaining about it and begging for contributions. I mentioned it a few times. I said, I don't know why this is going on again. But at the end of the night, I was like, you know, what are you going to do?
Well, besides that big crash out you had in the middle, which you always have some sort of audit in the middle or beg for support, I didn't really see much begging during the gameplay segments because I didn't really go over them with a fine-tooth comb because I knew you had that crash out in the middle and I wasn't spending hours looking for every single beg when I can just get that big crash out and people get the point. But Phil, having that segment shows you were begging and complaining and whining. Your viewers got the sentiment. It doesn't matter if you do it 100 times or 5 times. It's about the gravity of it. So putting that huge segment where you just whined in the middle of it shows everybody what they need to know about how you're feeling.
I don't think it's representative of the game being bad. I just think it's a weird situation where I can't play a game for an entire day and expect that people care unless it's a marathon or an exception.
Dude, the situation isn't weird at all. It's actually very typical. It's weird for you to comprehend because your brain would shatter if you came to the realization. The thing is, you're not entertaining enough to carry a game. You expect the game to carry you, and most games don't do that, Phil. And the irony of it, the story seemed to help you out where the beginning of it had a bunch of cutscenes, where the second half was more gameplay, and fans were bored of you putting putting inputs into the game. Go figure. What a lovely audience you've accumulated over there. And it kind of makes me wonder that you probably don't get support for the game. I think your fans like you begging. I think you've cultivated an audience where they show up and they want to hear you beg to them for like 20, 30 times a stream, and that's their cue for them to support you. For whatever reason, they enjoy that. So maybe not begging actually hurts you because you're not entertaining enough for them to give you money except when you beg. So we're in this loop where you're forced to beg because nobody would give you money unless you do.
In this case, the first stream did really well. The second stream did horrible. So I'm hoping that when I play this again later in the week, as a first stream, it'll do well again, because I do want to keep playing it and I want to wrap it up. It's a shorter game. It would be a no-brainer to play it again in just a couple of days, okay?
Yeah, well, don't tell your fans that it's a short game, Phil, or we'll be in a situation like Ludo where they know it's only going to be 2 or 3 streams, so why even bother supporting it if they know you're going to play it through the end? They'll get their content. They will find ways to not pay you a premium when they don't have to, Phil.
So that's the deal, folks. The streams were fun. The game was good. And if you want my full opinion on the game, definitely check out the special video that I'm going to upload tonight. But it didn't work support-wise. Therefore, I'm not going to be doing entire days of it again. Or any game for that matter, unless it's a special exception. Okay?
Yeah, look at these thumbnails. I just wanted to put this up for y'all to see. He thinks these are gold. He's never heard of too much text as a bad thing. All cluttered, no effort, no thought put into it. And this is why he struggles, because he's not entertaining and he's not creative. And he won't face that reality because he got into the ground floor, so he has an ego where he thinks he's the best streamer ever, but he's not. It's just not the case, Phil. You don't have the energy to do it the way you want to be compensated for it, and that's why we have weeks where we just go through continuous begging, non-stop transparent e-begging, because that's the only way you can make money. You don't make money off of being entertaining. It's not DSP gaming, it is DSP e-begging. The e-beggar strikes again. He's gonna cry and whine until you give him everything in your wallet. I'm sure that's what he's doing on his daily cast today. He's gonna be talking about, well, we need to hit those goals, guys, because I want to stuff my face with food. So thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Phil Begs for Money again and again and again. I really enjoy making these videos for you, and I have a channel announcement. So this is not a huge thing that's going to affect the videos on this channel, but what I've decided to do is I've done a lot of thinking, and what I want to do is stop live streaming on this channel. So from now on, there's going to be no live streams, and I'm going to be phasing out channel memberships on the channel because I feel like if I'm not live streaming, it's kind of not needed or not necessary, and I just find like that join button, I know YouTube has it pop up and it kind of just annoys me, so like, it annoys me, why keep it up for you? But I still want to live stream. It's just I don't want to do it on this channel for a variety of reasons. I will go in more depth on that on my new live streaming channel,
Robust urban garlic flavor.
So that link will pop up right now. If you're interested, go give it a watch. And if you want to see more live streams of Philip Burnell and perhaps other locales, go subscribe. So thank you all once again for your continuous support and watching these videos and enjoying them. And I will keep up the regular schedule. So have a wonderful day.